All right, today we are cranking up the heat on a potential secret weapon for your training, the post-workout sauna. We're going to look at the real science and see if a few minutes in a hot room can actually lead to bigger numbers in the gym. You know the feeling. You've just crushed your last set, you're totally spent, and all you want to do is hit the shower. But what if I told you the most important part of your workout wasn't that last rep, but a simple 10-minute habit you do right after? Let's dive in. Okay, so before we can even talk about jumping higher or recovering faster, we need to understand what's actually happening inside your body when you step into that sauna. And it all kicks off with this really fascinating biological idea. That idea is called hormesis. Now, the easiest way to think about it is good stress. Just like lifting weights is a stress that forces your muscles to adapt and get stronger, the heat from a sauna is a small, controlled stress that basically signals your body's defense and repair systems to go into overdrive. So, what's that stress actually feel like inside your body? Well, it's a lot like a moderate cardio session, actually. Your core temperature goes up, your heart rate can shoot up to around 150 beats per minute, and your body starts redirecting a huge amount of blood flow. We're talking up to 70% out to your skin to try and cool you down. All this heat stress flips a switch inside you, releasing something incredible called heat shock proteins, or HSPs. You can literally think of these as your body's own personal cellular repair crew. When your workout damages muscle proteins, these HSPs rush in to fix them, protect your cells, and get everything back in working order. This is absolutely key for recovery. So we've got this good stress that activates a cellular repair crew. Awesome. But how does that translate into the results we actually care about? Recovering faster and becoming more explosive. Ugh, we've all been there. That day after leg day soreness. Good old DOMS. It's the price we pay for going hard. So the theory is that by boosting those heat shock proteins and increasing blood flow, a post-workout sauna could help take the edge off that soreness and get us back to 100% faster. But does the science actually back that up? Well, to answer that, we're going to look at a brand new study from 2025. Researchers took 40 female athletes and split them into two groups. Both groups did the exact same 6-week strength program, but one group followed every single workout with a quick 10-minute session in an infrared sauna. And the results were pretty wild. The biggest, most shocking finding was this. The sauna group saw an average increase of 171 watts in their peak power. That is a massive boost in explosive strength. Let's break that down. What does that actually mean for you? Well, we're talking about a nearly 7% improvement in peak power and almost an 8% increase in jump height. For any athlete, that's a game changer. It means you're literally jumping higher and exploding with more force. Now, it is important to know the gains were specific to these power-based movements, but still, for anyone looking for that athletic edge, those numbers are pretty hard to argue with. Okay, so we're seeing some really clear benefits for power and recovery. But that brings us to the one big question that's probably on every lifter's mind right about now. It's great that it boosts power, but does this 10-minute sauna session actually help with hypertrophy? Is it going to help you get bigger, or is it just a performance hack? On this point, the study was crystal clear. Both groups, the ones just training and the ones training plus sauna, saw significant increases in muscle mass. That's great. The training worked. But the sauna group did not see any extra muscle growth on top of what the training-only group got. And this is the most important part. The sauna didn't get in the way of gains. It didn't stop muscle growth. Your hard work still pays off. It just seems that for building pure muscle size, the resistance training is doing all the heavy lifting, so to speak, and the specific sauna plan doesn't add any more to it. So now we've got the science, we've got the results for power, and we've got a really clear answer on muscle growth. So how do you actually take all this and put it into action? Here is the exact protocol from the study, broken down into super simple steps. Right after you finish your last rep, head to an infrared sauna. You're only in there for 10 minutes at a pretty manageable 50 Celsius or 122 Fahrenheit. Doing that just 3 times a week is what produced those awesome performance results. So, should you add this to your routine? Well, if your main goal is becoming more powerful, more explosive, or if you just want to bounce back faster between sessions, the evidence says this is a fantastic, super low-effort tool. But if your one and only goal is maximizing muscle size, this probably isn't the magic bullet you're looking for. When you really boil it all down, the equation is simple. You're investing just 10 minutes of your time for a real, measurable improvement in athletic power and a much better recovery experience. For most of us, that's a trade that's definitely worth making. So I'll leave you with this to think about.
Could this simple 10-minute habit be the key to unlocking that next level in your performance? Based on the science, it's definitely worth considering. Hey, if you found this explainer helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the science of getting better.